Hello all, welcome to the brand new web development series of GK² InnovateU. I'm Karthishwaran. I'm beyond excited to start this journey with you, the series of React.js. Before we jump into the React, let me tell you a bit about myself and why I decided to launch the GK² InnovateU. I will always be captivated by the endless possibilities and programming and technologies offer. My journey in the tech world has taken from the coding in my room to collaborating on projects with the brilliant minds from across the globe. So, I am sharing every bit of knowledge I will gathered along the way. GK Square Innovative U was born out this passion for learning and teaching. It is a place where we'll explore the complexities of the web developments, then break them down. It's a bite sized pieces and put them back together. So now let's talk about the React.js. So first of all, we all know. So React was developed and maintained by Facebook along with the huge developer of community. So it is a game-changing library that's revolutionized how we can create a dynamic and interactive user experience. That is the first thing because the React is mainly building for the user interfaces. So the React is the open source JavaScript library is widely used for building the user interfaces. So React is well suited for creating the interactive and dynamic UI web applications. So the developers is design the visual part of the website, the user interact from the user interactions, something like the button, forms, contact, whatever you're able to display in this HTML pages is all in the UI part. So next part is the enhanced UI experience. What is the enhanced UI experience? Previously we talk about right the dynamic and interactive web experience. This seamlessly gives the React. For this sentence, you will able to understand this dynamic and interactive is little bit tricky. I will explain some simple application oriented. So let's move into the next part. This is the to-do app in React.js. Just based on it, we can explain the dynamic and interactive user experience. First of all, you can imagine you are building the simple to-do list application. If you want the user able to add the task and mark them as complete and then remove them. Here, how the React can elevate the user experience. That is the main thing. So we compared it to our traditional approach. What we do, first of all, if for the traditional approach without React, you might use the plain JavaScript and other any other other libraries to manually update the DOM whenever the task is added or marked as completed. This could involve the directly manipulating the DOM elements. So it is a complex and sometimes its application is throwing us error. But if you are using as a React, it will be split up into different parts. But so each one by one, I will try to explain this tab. First one is the component breakdown. What is the best features? If we are start with the breakdown from UI into the component. For you can based on this to-do list, you might have component like to-do list, to-do item, and add to-do form. Like this, we are creating the form. First of all, you are new to the React.js is little bit tricky to understand each and every concepts. But this is a basic one, so don't worry. We are starting from scratch. I will be here to guide you every step of the way. So don't worry these things. These things just for understanding purpose. What are the concepts include with the React? That is only the we can focus. Let's move into the next one. So let's move to the next one. What are the next features is a real-time update. So real-time update. When the user adds a new task, React Virtual DOMs comes into play. You will update the state of your to-do list app in the component to the new task. React efficiently calculate the difference between the previous virtual DOM and the updated ones. The only necessary changes are applied to the actual DOM. This is a real-time faster update of the React. Then next moving to the instant feedback. What is the instant feedback? Suppose user mark the task as completed. So React faster rendering update into the UI immediately. The user sees the changes without any delay. enhancing the sense of interactions and the responsiveness. There is no delay of experience refreshness. It will be instantly you can able to get the feedback. And the last one is the smooth animation. So using the CSS animation style, using the React can easily integrate the animation transition. For example, you can see when the task marked as completed, and you could add the smooth fade out animation. When it will be deleted, it will be moving to fade out animation before it disappear from this list. So it providing appealing seamless visual experience. That is a smooth animation. So based on the React ability to efficiently update the UI and manage the interaction through the component and the virtual DOM greatly enhance the user experience. The real-time update, smooth animations and responsiveness makes to-do list application feel more like the native apps, elevating the overall user satisfaction. That is the vital part of React playing. I hope now you're all understanding the interactive and dynamic UI web experience. This is the main one. So let's go moving forward. We are moving to the features of React. So next is a component based approach. We will discuss for this deeply for the upcoming videos. Just I give you the overall outlines for this component based approach. So what is a component? Components is the building block of React. Each component represents the specific part of the user interfaces. For example, the button, header, card, navbar is like the simple components or the uses of reusable elements. So imagine having a box of favorite stickers that you can use on the different projects. React components work similarly. Once you create a component, you can use it multiple times across your applications. This saves your time because you don't have to create the same thing from scratch every time. That is a reusable elements that helps to the components. Moving to the next uses is easy to manage the components. So components are things are organized. So dealing with one huge file of code, you break your application into smaller chunks. This makes easier to understand whatever update and fix the issue. It's very helpful from this component based approaches. So moving to the next efficient features is virtual DOM, efficient update with the virtual DOM. So virtual DOM is also the one of the important concept in the React features. We'll discuss about the virtual DOM in the upcoming videos. Just I will give you the overall outline for this. What is a virtual DOM? In the virtual DOM, I'll give you some simple example. So React Virtual DOM optimize how changes in the UIs are handled. These are the simple words. Just I give you one simple example. So now let's imagine Virtual DOM as a snapshot. So all I know the snapshot. So it's like taking a photo of your room before you rearranging the furniture. This snapshot include all the elements of these pages and their properties. So when you make changes your web application, React does not directly change the real web pages. Instead, it makes changes to the snapshot and the virtual DOM, and React compares the old snapshot with the new one to figure out what actually needs to change on the real web page. This like looking into the before and after no, we can easily identify what are the section will be moved. That part only is updated into the real DOM. This is a simple concept of the virtual DOM. So we will more discuss about this virtual DOM in the upcoming videos. Now let's moving to the next one. Next one is the advantages of the React application performance. Yeah, based on the components and virtual DOM, unidirectional data flows. So it is a bit of the concept. You can increase the application performance. And next, its use is conveniently used for the client as well as server side scripting. So next is used for the JSX file. JSX means for JavaScript XML file. So in the future videos, I will clearly explain what is this JSX. We will discuss about in the future videos. So React is easy to integrate with the other frameworks like Meter and Angular. And next is using React. So writing UI test cases became extremely easy. So these are the few advantages of this React. So if we are start working with the React, you can also able to understand. So how they're using conveniently using for creating the user interfaces. Next is the prerequisites. If you are new to the React, So directly dive to the React, you cannot able to understand the structures and what are the files, what is the behaviors of this JavaScript. This is also important. So before directly dive into the React.js, but understand the basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Not that much, just a basic of how they are writing, how the code structures, what are the tags they are using, how they included these things, and all we need to understand first. And the next is the ES6 features. So currently the JavaScript is updated as ES6. So we need to understand how the ES6 should also. ES6 means so many concepts is there, but we need the basic understanding of concepts. For example, so let and const, how the variable should be declared, and next the arrow function. It's the most very important because in the React we are using for most of the time for the arrow functions and import and export properties and classes, how we can implement in the classes and these things and all we need. Before diving into the React, please just go through once for this all the concepts. In React, we are using from the npm packages. So that purpose only we are using for npm based on the Node.js. We will start from the React from the scratch, so don't worry. We will discuss all the things in the future upcoming videos. By the time we are done here, thank you so much for joining me in the introduction of the React.js series. I hope you found this video helpful is getting started on your journey become React developer. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget hit the like button and subscribe the GK² Innovative. Once again, thank you all. We'll see you in the next video.